What's up guys, Boss here, and in today's video I'm going to be playing ladder using Splash Red. I haven't done a video of Splash Red in a really long time, but before we head into the games, you guys can see here a lot of Supercell creators got this message when they first logged in their game, so I wanted you guys to take a look at it. You guys might have seen on Twitter or some other social medias or content creators in their videos, they might have included this at the beginning, but I'll read this out to you guys real quick. So it says, "Dear Scroll Finder, share this message with whom you must. Seek more knowledge from people you trust. Various pieces, different places, some of whom have different faces. A number on each to guide your way. Slash through to where the truth may lay." Bunch of rhymes, as you can see. "Royal hope is in your hands, a sort of coming from faraway lands. And then the part of the puzzle is 53 in front, a locked door, but you have the key." So yeah, you guys can let me know in the comments what you guys think. And some other creators will probably be including those in their videos, or on Twitter a lot of the Supercell content creators are on there, which you can then see their tweets. But yeah, that's the first thing I wanted to mention in this video. But here's the deck. As you guys can see, Splash Red. I haven't done a video on Splash Red in such a long time. It got requested by some people in the comments, and this is the best Splash Red deck right now. As you guys know, Ice Wizard is not very good because it dies to Fireball. Mega Minion is the best replacement, and Mega Minion honestly is more free to play than Ice Wizard, so honestly, for you guys, that might not be a bad thing, that this is the best variant now. The one with Mega Minion instead of Ice Wizard. You only got one Legendary now, Graveyard, so this is a pretty good free-to-play version too, and it's the best variant right now. So, before we head into the first game, if you guys would like to support me, use my credit code BOSS in any Supercell game. Really do appreciate all the support from you guys. It does mean a lot. So with that being said, I'm at 7125 right now, 633rd in the world. Not as high up as I'd like to be, but now that the global tournament's over, I will be grinding ladder, and hopefully by my next couple of videos, I can get pretty close to the top 200 and we can get some higher up gameplay, which would be nice. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the first game. Alright guys, here we go, in a game here against Yo Soy Rick. I feel like I play against this guy a lot when I'm recording videos. He's a, another streamer. I think he's a YouTuber too. He speaks Spanish though, so some of you guys might not know him. He's gonna go for a Firecracker. We can just go ahead and Fireball this. And Fireball is just a necessity to have in this graveyard deck because of all the Mother Witch. I forgot if I already mentioned that. So he's using RG. I was expecting Hog, but it's going to be some type of RG deck, which is really interesting. We have Cage, which is an amazing defense against it. He's got a Lightning, though. Lightning is really good against the Cage, though. I would have preferred him to have a... I would have much rather him have Fireball, because Fireball doesn't do as good against Cage, obviously. But hopefully he doesn't have a lot of graveyard answers. I mean, we see he's got the Electro Spirit, so that's going to be a nuisance, because that obviously can chain the skeletons, but besides that, might not be that horrible of a matchup, especially as we get into double and triple elixir. He might go for another RG in the back here. No, it looks like he just cycles his Firecracker. That's fine, so we'll go ahead and Fireball that. And we need to play really, really passively. We're not going to go in for any graveyards until double elixir, because otherwise we'll get punished pretty hard, because he'll be able to counter push and we will have a hard time defending. You can't really, with graveyard, most of the time go in single. There's very few matchups where you're able to. So we're just going to go for a Knight here to protect the baby dragon, and then I'm going to go for a Cage. If he decides to Lightning this, I'm going to Tornado the RG back. It looks like he's not going to, and he just used his Log, so we're going to go for a Graveyard. He actually did Lightning late, but I think that's fine because he just used his Log. He doesn't have that in cycle, and as you can see, he has to commit a decent amount of elixir, and we're actually going to get a lot of damage. Wow. I didn't expect to get all that damage, but that's the thing about Graveyard. It always seems to get more damage than you expect in lots of situations. So here we're going to go for a Tornado just to pull this back, and then I guess we're going to go for a Cage here. I'm actually going to play it here, so this way he can't Lightning it. And you can see he tried to predict it with the Lightning, so that was really nice. Okay, he's going to easily be able to protect this Firecracker probably, which is obnoxious, but I guess we can just go for a Bar Barrel to kill the Firecracker. There we go. And now we're looking pretty good. We have the lead, so overall looking pretty good for us right now. I'm going to go ahead and Fireball that Firecracker just because it's annoying. We're going to get a Cage off here on this RG, and then I'm going to go for a Tornado because he's definitely going to go for a Lightning. He does, but the Tornado was, I guess, a little earlier than I should have played it. I guess that's alright, though. We just go for a Mega Minion on top of his Mega Minion. He goes for an Electro Spirit and a Fireball. I need to Fireball that Firecracker away right away because it's really annoying, as I've already said. And he might go RG at the bridge here. Yeah, he is. So let's go for a Barb Barrel and a Cage, I guess, and then we'll try to Tornado the RG back. This time I'm going to do it right away. He's not going to Lightning with this RG. Very interesting. Hopefully we can get into Triple Elixir, because I think once we get into Triple, that's where we finally can defend really, really easily. And on top of that, he will have a struggle defending our graveyards. So I'm going to go for a Barb Barrel here. I'm really hoping we can take out this Firecracker. I guess he ends up protecting it. That's really annoying. I guess we'll just Tornado this back here. He might go for a Lightning here. No, I guess not, but we get a nice Fireball off. He won't be able to protect that Firecracker. Mega Minion gets forced out of him. Brawler connects, so this is looking good. He might RG here. No, he doesn't have enough Elixir. That's really nice. And we're so cold. Ooh, I don't like that Lightning by him. I think he can't defend now. It's going to be ridiculously hard for him to stop this graveyard push with him being an Elixir deficit. We go in for this here. He's going to Firecracker all the way back. That was a good play because I'm unable to Fireball it right away, but I think still we might get a little bit of damage. No, we don't. And I just missed my Fireball. However, we can go for a Tornado just to pull this back. And I guess the Barb Barrel can take out both of the Firecrackers. Okay. It didn't. I guess it's fine. This game's kind of intense. My commentating isn't the best, not gonna lie. But the most important thing is that we win, right? And it looks like we're about to get the win. Tornado, Fireball, and that's gonna be GG. Sorry for not the best commentating. Like, I didn't explain why I made the decisions I did. I just kind of did it. But, you know, I had to focus. I think that matchup, it's definitely single and double Elixir. It's a little tricky. But as you can see, once you get in triple, so easy to defend. You know, you can get back to a second cage if you need it. Because if they Lightning the first one, you can Tornado. And then since it's triple, you can easily get back to another cage. So, plus 33 there. And that's going to put us... It looks like our ranking didn't update, but that's fine. It puts us oh, there we go, 528. So let's get ahead into the second game. All right, here we go. Reverse Ahmed Tarek here. Also, guys, please subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my content. Would really appreciate that. So we'll go ahead and give him good luck and see what he's going to do. This guy, I actually have played against him a lot. He's used log bait pretty frequently when I play against him, but he might be using something different. I'm just going to leak Elixir because with Splash Shard, you don't typically want to make the first play. I really hope he doesn't have something like Hog, and then he goes in for a Hog when I don't have a Tornado or Cajun Cycle. So what I might actually... I'll just Mega Minion now. I think that's fine, just because I really want to get back to a good Hog counter in case he has that, which I think he has. He either has Hog or Drill, probably, if he's using... Okay, so let's Fireball this. Okay, this is Hog. So Hog is a pretty good matchup since we have Tornado and Cage. So we're just going to go for a Tornado here to activate the King Tower. The Hog won't get any hits on our tower. Pretty easy activation, and you can pretty much do that every single time. So the Hog should never get hits on your tower if you have the Tornado in cycle or, of course, the Cage. And that is why this matchup is just so dang good for Splash Shard, and that's the reason why this Splash Shard deck is solid. I mean, there's a good amount of Hog in the meta right now. As you guys know, Hog Tesla is very strong. So Cage here, he's going to EQ. That's quite aggressive, and I might try to go in for a Graveyard here because, like I said, that was really aggressive. He just committed 7 Elixir, and now he's got to defend this massive counter push. EQ is the best counter to the Graveyard in this matchup, and he doesn't have it in cycle. He's saying good luck, and I think he knows it. Yep, that's going to be a good game. Like I said, it's such an easy matchup for Splash here. There's pretty much no chance for the Hog player, and we won early on. It was primarily his fault that that game, you know, was over so quickly by him going that aggressively with the Hog and an EQ. Definitely not the play you want to make in, you know, single Elixir, because not only did you spend 7 Elixir, I defended it for 4, and then I still had my Brawler that came out, and it helped me in the counter push because I dropped a Knight in front of it, and it was just impossible for him to defend at that point, as you could see. So, I mean, 2 easy wins in a row. Otherwise, just nothing you can do in that Hog matchup. So we're in a game here against Dark Light. We'll go ahead and give him good luck. I forgot to check my ranking, but I guess it's fine. So we'll see here what Dark Light's using. I think we'll just wait a little bit. Like, you know, there's no reason to rush the game. And also, I wanted to ask you guys, if I ever have these games where I wait until double elixir, would you like me to edit out that time where I'm waiting? Or should I keep it in and try to entertain you guys with what I'm saying or explain why I'm waiting? Let me know in the comments. I mean, hopefully a lot of you are still watching at this point in the video because I really want to know. Do you guys want me to leave this in the video if I like ever wait like this? Or do I just fast forward, like cut out this time that I wait? And in this case, he's going to go for a Rage, so I will cycle a Cage here. And if this is Sparky, then this is going to be a pretty difficult matchup. Sparky is actually one of the hardest matchups for Graveyard, especially if they have Mother Witch, but he might not... So yeah, I'm kind of praying he doesn't have Mother Witch. That's what I have to hope for. I might go for like a Bar Barrel or something to try to distract that Sparky, so maybe that can stay alive a little longer. I don't know. I guess that doesn't really matter, though. We need to go for a defensive Graveyard, I guess. Let's do that now. And yeah, this matchup is practically impossible in single elixir. It's really difficult in every elixir, but in single elixir, it's like practically impossible to defend Sparky pushes, because I don't know how to explain it exactly, but single elixir is the hardest elixir to defend Sparky with pretty much any deck you're using. Not just with like Splash Yard, but with a lot of other decks too. Sparky seems to have the, for whatever reason, that gets the best value early on. Anyway, this is our chance. This might be the only chance we get to go in here. You can see we're able to build up a push. The Mega Minion actually got a lot of value tanking for everything, and now the Bar Barrel here. Unfortunately, it's not going to be nearly as much damage as I wanted to get, but I guess it's still not horrible. He might go for a Sparky setup here in the back, but I kind of doubt he would do that, to be honest, because then we can... I don't know, it would get distracted by the Graveyard, so I guess we're just going to continue the pressure with another Graveyard. I think that's the only thing we can do. And then maybe go for a Tornado here, just to pull everything together so the Baby Dragon splashes it. And as you can see, we're getting so much damage. It's just single elixir that was a little tough, but now we're having a much easier time, you know, making something happen. He might go for like a Goblin Giant at the bridge here and try to pressure. Yeah, I knew he would do that because there's no way he can defend efficiently, so he has to go in. We're going to go in for another Graveyard here. And I think we're going to Bar Barrel to try to take out that Ewiz, and hopefully we can break through. My Mega Minion kills his, he has to go for the Zap, and look at this, we're overwhelming him. This is exactly what we like to see, and we have our rotation exactly how we want it. Alright, I'm not going to do anything else, let's chill. I think he's going to finally go in for like a push or something. I'm going to Mega Minion here. He blocks the bridge, but we can still go for a Graveyard, and I guess we can Bar Barrel too once we have it. He's probably going to play something, so I'm going to Fireball. Yeah, he goes for the Ewiz. I knew he had to play it, or the Dark Prince. And even if he went for the Dark Prince, I could just cycle to another Fireball. But that should be GG as long as he doesn't take my tower. So we'll just go for a Knight here. He's going to go for a Mini P.E.K.K.A. So I guess I'm just going to Tornado it to the King Tower. It won't get any hits. I timed that well, and the correct placement, just like the Hog Rider, gets no hits. And that's going to be GG. As you can see, not too difficult of a matchup. It's just really, really hard in single elixir. I can't stress how obnoxious Sparky is in single elixir, and it's, as I mentioned, like that for every single deck. But then Sparky, it's like magically out of nowhere, gets so much worse in double and triple. That's why Sparky's not that good right now. In single elixir, it's so good in almost every matchup. Double, triple, it's weaker, and you saw that, like, perfect representation of that in that match. So we get 5,000 there. Gonna put us at 7,200. Top 400 now, so looking pretty good. 3 nice wins in a row. Love to see it. Matchups that obviously were not that difficult, so hopefully we continue to get these pretty good matchups, and I'll see you guys when I find the next meet. Okay, guys, here we go. Found our next match here against Diego. Go ahead and give him the good luck, and go ahead and just react to what he wants to do. So he's going to cycle Skeletons. I guess that's good, because cycle decks typically are not too bad of a matchup for Splash Yard, especially Hog, as you saw in the second game. However, if he has something like Expo, it's going to be far more difficult, because Expo tends to do pretty good against Graveyard. But it's looking like this is probably going to be, from the looks of it, maybe 2.6 or Loon Cycle, which both are good matchups for Splash Yard. Okay, he's going to fireball that cage. It's very interesting. So yeah, this is definitely looking like 2.6 now, which, as I already said, is going to be a good matchup for me. The key is just making sure that we keep our cycle good and don't be too aggressive in single elixir. In this matchup, I shouldn't really go in for any graveyards until double unless he overcommits. In this case, I can't go for a tornado because that ice golem's in the way. I need to wait, unfortunately, but now we can go for it, get the king activated. It's fine that it got some damage. I couldn't really, I don't think, tornado early on because, yeah, that ice golem, but it's fine. It's going to be really, really hard now for him to get damage in double or triple elixir, especially just because now it's going to be nearly impossible for him to outcycle my hog counters when we get towards double. I can actually go for a graveyard now because he decided to use his cannon. I'm not entirely sure why, but that's really important for him for defending graveyards because if he doesn't have that, he has to overcommit. You can see he has to go for a musketeer, and oh my goodness, was that a lot of damage. I don't know why he didn't log. If he had a log in cycle and didn't play it, that is a huge mistake, in my opinion. Anyhow, though, we're looking really good. We can just go for a knight on top of this, Mega Minion, and then just head in for another graveyard. He's going to cannon this time, but I'm still going to go in anyway. We got to watch out for this hog. Again, that stupid ice golem's in the way, so I'm actually instead going to just tornado the hog backwards. I guess it's still going to get some damage, so we got to be pretty careful here, not going to lie. I'm going to cycle my knight in this lane. It doesn't really do anything in this matchup in terms of defending the hog, so I don't really need to use it. I'm instead going to go for a cage this time. I guess we can go for a Mega Minion here. And interesting cannon placement on his end there. I guess we'll just definitely graveyard for sure. He might go for a fireball. And he goes in for a hog to pressure. That was a great hog because now I can't fireball to support the graveyard, but I still think we should get some chip shots in. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's a ton of damage. And this is exactly why this matchup is just so brutal for 2.6 because it's just, they can't really defend. I'm going to fireball because there's no way his hog is going to be able to take my tower, and I just need to cycle back to another fireball and we win the game. So yep, hog is super easy. You saw we beat hog EQ, and now we're going to beat 2.6. I don't even know which one between those two is easier to beat. I think they're both very easy to beat, honestly. In fact, some of that damage he got on my tower, I probably could have prevented by doing some better tornadoes, or maybe that first hog that got, I think, like 3 hits on my tower, I could have tornadoed it earlier, but either way, it wasn't that close, so it doesn't matter too much. And that's going to put us top 300, so we might get pretty close to top 200 this video. That's funny, because at the beginning of the video, I was talking about how now that the global tournament's done, I can, like, grind ladder and get, you know, to the top 200 for the next video. I'm already this video gonna get there just from recording for, it's only been about, yeah, like 19 minutes because we got 4 wins in a row, so that moves you up quite a lot. Okay guys, here we go. Let's see if we can continue this win streak. 4 wins in a row. I guess let's try to make it 5 or 6. This might be the last game of the video. We'll see how long it is. He's gonna RG first play. That's really annoying because that's not a very good play, but in this situation it's gonna work because my cycle's not that good. I didn't have my Mega Minion in cycle, so I just have to waste a baby dragon, I guess. We're going to go bar barrel. But yeah, I hate it when people like starting hand you. It's really frustrating. However, I'm going to graveyard his Electro Spirit's out of hand. And he went... Okay, that's, I think, fine because the Mother Witch is going to walk away. I mean, it's going to get, I guess, a couple skeletons, which is not that bad, I suppose. Oh, nice. The tower's targeting it. Okay, so that's okay. And we still have our Cajun cycle, so we're fine for sure. We just need to, again, like that first RG game, try to get into double elixir. And it'll make things easier. I don't usually graveyard that aggressively, but I did it because his win condition was out of hand and his Electro Spirit, and I knew he was using RG deck because he used his RG. So I knew it was safe in that situation. But if he was using something like a fast cycle deck, I obviously wouldn't ever do something like that. So here he's going to go for an RG. I'm going to go ahead and fireball the Hunter to push it back, because otherwise it's going to like insta-kill everything. The RG unfortunately gets one shot on the tower. And that was pretty hard to prevent considering I didn't really want to go for a tornado. I don't even know if I would have been able to go in for one. And if I did, I don't think it would have been worth it. You don't really want to overcommit too much on graveyards. Or Excuse me, on RG. Sorry, my commentating's so bad today, I don't know why. But at least I'm playing well, that's a plus, but yeah, I don't know why my commentating is so good. Maybe it's because I'm focusing more on the game instead of my commentating, but maybe that's why I'm playing well. I don't know. But anyway, let's just go for a barbell here. He's going to go RG, so we just have to fireball the Mother Witch. This is going to be hard for him to defend, and the thing is, his RG that he played is in the opposite lane of where he got majority of his damage, which means I can afford to take some shots, and look at how much damage we're getting on his tower. Way more than he got on mine. We have a significant lead right now, and this is what I'm talking about. Double Elixir is where the tides turn in this matchup. It just becomes so challenging for the RG player to defend. We're going to do the same thing again and fireball the... Oh, he's not going to defend. He's instead going to go in. So we're just going to cage. We're going to go for a bar barrel here, and I think we should be able to defend. Yeah, I think we won this game. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Yep, you guys can see Graveyard is so good in Double Elixir. It's insane in so many matchups. It's just getting to Double Elixir that I feel like some players don't have the patience for, and that was the same with me too. Like, sometimes I used to play Graveyard so badly, and I realized it's a type of deck, just be patient. You know, you don't need to overcommit, be aggressive early on, and if you do play Graveyard in single, make sure it's at the right time. Like, when I did it, his Electro Spirit was out of hand, he already used his RG, so I knew I wouldn't be punished for it, and it ended up working out. So look at that. We're 256 in the world now, one game away from 7,300. I think we're going to go for one more game here. No matter what, this will be the last one. We won 5 games in a row, so even if I lose this, it's still an incredible video, but let's try to make this our 6th win in a row and get us to 7,300. That's insane, pushing up like 200 trophies in... If I win this game, push up like 200 trophies in under 30 minutes, which would be incredible. Alright, here we go. Final game here. Let's hope we get a good matchup. Hopefully, you know, I can play well. By the way, the worst matchups for this deck are Lava Hound and... Lava Hound's pretty bad. That's probably one of the hardest matchups for this deck because Inferno Drag is really tough to deal with. Also, like, Poison decks, and I think Mega Knight Ram Rider and stuff like that is really annoying too. Like, Mega Knight Ram Rider Inferno Drag, that deck. Just to give you guys an idea of what tough matchups are for this. There's some others too that I'm probably not remembering, but those are like the obvious ones. So that was really aggressive on his end. He's not really going to get anything out of it. We're just going to be really passive here. We're obviously not going to Graveyard with this because I don't know what he's using. He might have a Mother Witch too. So he's going to fail the King activation, which I'm very grateful for, because if he activated the King there, it pretty much would be GG. So that's very good that he messed that up. We could try to activate the King off of his Ghost, but I don't know if it's even necessary with the type of deck he's using. I mean, I guess if he's using Bridge Spam, like with Battle Ram, I guess it would make sense. We'd get value because he's got a lot of ground cards, but some range cards like the Cannon Cart and E-Wiz, it obviously doesn't matter if we have the King activated. I think I'm going to do it anyway because I have to Knight here on this Bandit, so that means by the time the Ghost gets there, I can definitely NATO this to the King. I'm going to do it for sure. I'm pretty sure it won't get a hit. Oh, my bad. Yeah, the Ghost is a little harder. If you remember that Sparky game, the mini P.E.K.K.A, the Ghost is a little harder because it's a little bit, I don't know, it's like, I think it's a little faster, and the invisible thing makes it, maybe it's the, I don't know, it might have just been because I messed it up. It might be the same as the mini P.E.K.K.A, to be honest. I could just be making an excuse for all I know, but it's fine. So let's just Baby Dragon this. I think we're going to Graveyard here just because he gave us Fireball value already, and he probably has to play something else, but he can't because we're already Fireballing the Magic Archer. So we're going to get so much damage there, and yeah, look at that. So Baby Dragon splashing on top of the tower, Brawler gets a hit. So let's just go for a... Okay, so he's going to do that. That's fine. We can just cage here, and then just go for a Knight to soak up the damage, and we should be okay. So yeah, that's fine. He may go for a Magic Archer on top of the Knight. Okay, I didn't predict it. I thought he would have done that for sure. He decided not to, though. I think that's fine. We're just going to go in for a Graveyard. He has to defend that right lane, or I'm pretty sure he'll lose his tower. Like, you can't ignore a Knight, but it looks like he's going to. So that's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and Fireball this. We hit the bandit. I'm gonna go for a cage here. And then I guess we just have to go for a bar barrel to clean everything up. Mega Minion to make sure that that doesn't... Okay, that was an aggressive bar barrel. He's getting a little too desperate here, I think. And look at that. Both of his towers are extremely low. He can't let that knight connect. It almost connected. We could probably ignore the entirety of that ghost and just go for a graveyard because my tower's at full health and we got the king activated. So we're just going to fireball this. And if we get a little bit of chip damage, then we just need to... Yep, fireball takes it, so... Okay, tornado doesn't, though, so we definitely need to cycle back to a fireball. We're fine. This is easy defense. He's going to try to, like, magic archer. Just, okay, there we go. GG. So, nice, easy final win there. That was extremely easy because he didn't even have Mother Witch. He had no good graveyard counter. Plus 34. We get to 7,300. Almost top 200. I mean, look at that. I just won. Okay, guys. I think this video deserves a lot of support. I just won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row. That's pretty insane if you ask me. I mean, that doesn't... It's very rare I have flawless videos where I win every single game, but it just happened. Usually, I go like 4-2 or like 5-1, but 6-0 doesn't happen very often. We just climbed up like 200 trophies, and also, by the way, before this, I won 5 games in a row in some like competitive thing for fun. Like, I mean, there wasn't a ton of money on the line. It was more so for fun and practice. But I used troll decks and won 5 games in a row with troll decks. Like, look at what I used here. I won against Pompeo using Giant Skeleton, Loon, Drill. Wallace using, you know, Barput Graveyard. Batfist, you know, who finished #1 in the world last season. I used a weird RG deck. Denzito, who uses some crazy giant... Like, I used this weird minor wallbreaker deck. And then Tico, who's a player in the last chance qualifier for Shira. I don't know if you know him. He's of all of them someone you might not know, but he's a pretty good player. I use this weird Giant Skeleton Sparky deck. Yeah, oh my god, but this has been a pretty good day in terms of playing Clash Royale. That's all I gotta say. I don't know if it was luck or what, or we definitely did get some good matchups, but I think it also proves that Graveyard is pretty good in the meta, and shout out to you guys who asked me to do a video with Graveyard, because clearly it went pretty well. So that is going to be it, guys. Make sure to like the video if you guys did end up enjoying it. Subscribe if you aren't subscribed already. And we're on our way to 100,000 subscribers. I just want to say, because I don't thank you guys a lot. You know, maybe it like slips my mind sometimes, but you know, I just want to say, like, I am really, you know, grateful to all of you guys who do watch my videos, you know, consistently. It's really insane to think sometimes, like, when I think about it for a second and realize, you know, obviously I'm not the biggest Clash Royale YouTuber out there. There are ones who get more views and have more subs than I do, but for what I have, I mean, I'm very grateful for, and I forget that sometimes. So thank you guys. I really do appreciate it, and I guess those of you who stuck around to the end will hear that message. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Thanks again. Until next time.